Hi everybody, I'm Laura. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to work on just what I have in this tray. I feel like you're up there kind of too high and kind of crooked. That's better. I have a mix of BB Craft items, Beadbox Bargains, and GGC Treasures, and we're just going to make something. I have this adorable little pendant, and it has an awful lot of like dangly things. I kind of am thinking maybe from the center do something. I have one of these still out here. I don't know. Let's see what that looks like. So I don't know. We're just going to play with this and see what happens. I kind of like that. And maybe a tiny little seed bead at the top. I do have a small amount of silver chain. I am not going to go to Walmart, drive clear to Walmart and get just for a container of chain. I think I have like odds and end chain. I like that much better. Kind of almost looks like a little ice cream cone. I like that. I think I'm going to use that dangling down from the center. We're just going to make a small loop. The support on my long video was amazing. I appreciated all the watch time on that because those videos really do help. There we go. I will close that on up here in a minute when I hook it on. And I will probably hook it on with a, I don't know, it should be okay. Let's go ahead and just do that now, and then it's on there. So I'm going to swing this open. Put this on. I don't have it open all the way. I want that to be closing in the back. And there we go. There we are. I like that. Okay. Now, we're going to be making an awful lot of little drops. Come on, little dude. I think we'll do red, and then a red and white, and then a red. These are so tiny. I think I'm going to use my one-step looper to make this. I'm simply going to put it in there, bring it up, and I'm going to bring it back just a hair, and then close it, take it back out, and then I am going to bring this back just a little bit. And then let's go ahead and hook him on. Oops, I didn't open him up. Ah! and then close him back up. Working with these tiny little, I think they're like a 2mm bead, is very difficult. That's why I've left myself a neck. And I'm going to reach in there and kind of squeeze. There we go. Make sure it's not going to come out there, and it's not. And he's going to hang down just like that, which would be great because my next one is going to be, I'm going to use these white ones. I'm going to use a red on the bottom, one of these white frosty ones, just like that. And this one I'm just going to make a loop of my own. Oops, he went kind of for a fling. I'll catch up with him. And I'm just going to make a small loop. And I'll close it once I have it on there. Just swing it open. Hook it through the middle one. It's wanting to roll, but that's okay. And then I'm going to close it just like closing a jump ring. So that it looks like that. And then I'm going to do one more on this side just like that one. Again, using my one-step looper because I want that little neck on there so that I have something to hold on to. And the one-step looper has a hole here. And I'm putting my pin through the jaw and through that hole. And I'm putting my bead, whoops, up against this side here. And I'm putting about the width of my thumbnail against between my bead and that right there. And then I'm going to squeeze in. That keeps that bead from cracking. And then I'm coming in with my round nose pliers and I'm going to bend this backwards. That gives me that shepherd's hook that I need. And then I'm going to open this up just a little bit more. I'm going to hook it in there. And then I'm going to finish closing this. Just like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the other side by myself and I'll bring you back. Okay, I have completed my focal. I really like it. It's very much Christmassy. And now that I have it done, I almost want to turn around and make it into a Christmas ornament instead of a necklace. And you know what? I'm almost wanting to do that. We could turn this into a Christmas ornament. I think it looks more like a Christmas ornament than a pendant. Let's see what I can come up with. I have some big beads setting in a dish, just screaming to be Christmas ornaments. Hold on. Okay, so I have a few things out. I also have some of this cording. It's red and white. I thought, how perfect. But I'm probably not going to use that. I'm going to use some of these on these red beads. I have this left over from, I think, Curated Bead Box. Don't quote me on that. But there's somebody here and Helen's talking to them. Let's take one of my little red beads, a silver bead. I think I want to put a silver, a red, because that big chunky milky white frosted bead has a huge hole. Oh, it needs something else. Let's put a bead cap and then put him, and then a bead cap on top. I think we need another one of those little red beads. Let's see if I can find some more. We're just going to make and stack segments. There's another one. I know this started out to be a necklace, and I thought it just doesn't look right as a necklace. And so, and I think I'm going to trim some of that off. Like there. Make me a loop. And then back it up. And then we're going to close that and make sure it's good and closed. And it is. So this is this component. Oh, you know what? I goofed. I needed a head pin. Oh my gosh, guys. I have to take that back off there. Let me get her an eye pin, not a head pin. And I guess I clipped that on the wrong side. Let me get some eye pins out here. Here I was putting it all together and needed the wrong thing. All right, let's put this on an eye pin. Oh goodness, guys. Here I was just working right away. I had to look up and make sure I was recording. So I was at Dollar Tree today, Dollar General rather, and they had a 4-foot Christmas tree. And it was in this skinny little narrow box. And I don't have room for a tree in my camper, but I needed a new one to put in Allen's. So I thought, how perfect would that be? I like that. And so for $5, I picked it up. And I'm going to try to turn it into a skinny tree because he doesn't have much room to put one. And so we'll see. I can't pick one up at a thrift store that cheap that's in any decent shape. So we're about to find out. There we go. There's that component. Now let's work on this. How many more bright red little bitty beads can I come up with? There's one more, two more. I want to make this a good size. I think they'll all work. I think I have one more. He looks different. But I think he'll be okay. Let's go with it. So there's 6 more. Let's build us another component. Oops, I did not put these away. I'm trying to keep all of my stuff picked up, put away as I go. Let's get that out of here and let's build another component. So we have, I'm probably going to need, let's get some of these, more of these little bitty white ones out. Not too many. So let's start with a red one, a tiny white one. I want to use a bead cap, a red one. I like how that looks already. A bigger white one. I like that. Let's put a silver spacer bead. Another bigger white one. A red one. Bead cap. Hopefully I have room. Small white one. Tiny red one. And I do barely. Look at that. Let's roll a loop. That was cutting it close. It's going to be a small loop, but that's okay. We can still close that on up. Okay, so there's that. And I think I want to do this, so it looks like so, like so, like so. And then this big crystal up here at the top. And then I'm going to bring wire down. How do I want to do that? I need my silver wire. Now, do I want to use wire? I want to use the red. I have a piece already cut off. And I can bring this and bead around this bead. Oh, yes, that's perfect. So let's go through this so I know what I'm doing. It's going to come down around the bottom of this big bead. But I'm going to put some beads on here. Let's do these little white ones. A white, a white, a red, and then do a couple more white. Let's see, will that come halfway down around? Whoops, I almost lost everything. there's where it comes out. I think one more red. Perfect. I'm going to clip that right there so I don't lose them off. This side will get 2 white. Come on, little dude. A red. I need to get one more of these little white ones. Do I have any more in my tray? Not like that. I need to get one more out. I was like, where did I put them? And then a red. And because I know that this will come down and around that bead, I want to make sure I give it plenty of room. Let's go 2 more white, or at least 1 more white on each side. Let's see what that does. I want to make sure that they are down around, because I'm going to put a clamshell underneath this. So let's see how that looks. Yeah, I think if we go with the 2, they will nestle. Well, I don't want them to nestle up in that hole though, because we need to put our thread through that hole. So I think we'll stop right there, put my clamshell on. So let's go ahead. I have a clamshell right here. Let's go ahead and pull one of these sides down. Like so. Make sure I give it enough loose room. I am going to trim that excess off so I don't have so much to work with. There we go. Gonna put our clamshell on over both of them. 1 and 2. I am going to open that clamshell up because I need to get in there. And find my crimp tube. These are number 2 crimp tubes. I'm going to put them on over both wires. So this is what you've got. Going to drop it down over. And I kind of don't want it pulled tight because this has to come down around that big crystal. And I want to kind of make sure that these beads aren't up in there. So I can go a little tighter. I'm just working my way up in because it's important not to have those beads up in there. So I think right there will be good. So I'm going to put my finger right there. And I'm going to take my needle nose pliers. I'm going to take get a hold of my clamshell and or my crimp tube, and I'm just going to crimp it. With this, I'm not overly concerned about if there's wire showing, if it's hanging, if there's space between that crystal and the what do you call it, the beads that come down around, because this is an ornament. I think it actually adds to it. I'm going to give it a tug test. It's on there tight. And we're going to clip off my excess wires. And then I'm going to look and see where they're positioned, because I want to fold these the same way as that bead. So when I bring these down, if I did this right, this should look like this. All right, so I'm going to give this a squeeze. I kind of have it crooked, so we're going to straighten it. Oops. Okay. So like I said, there's going to be a little wiggle room, and there should be. All right, let's go ahead and start assembling this. I think we'll go from the bottom and work our way up. And because I want these to wiggle on the tree, we're going to use some jump rings. Those two are kind of stuck together. Let's get them apart. And they don't want to, so I'm not going to mess with it. There we go. I think that should be enough. And I want my flat ones. This went from a necklace to Christmas ornament. So we're going to take this and we're going to open our jump ring by twisting. We're going to put him on. And we're going to put this piece on. And I may take that bottom one that I put on and fasten it on with a jump ring, because he is just keep binding up. So before we go any farther, let's go ahead and do that. Find where I have the opening, which is right here. Oops. I'm going to twist this open. Well, he's not wanting to come off. Sometimes it's better just to let it be and not have it break. So I'm just going to put it back on. It's just getting too fiddly trying to open it. And yeah, way too fiddly. Now I've kind of got it half and half. There we go. We'll leave it. I'd rather, you know, not have it break and have to redo it. Okay. So we're going to open another jump ring, and we're going to add this component. And we're just simply going to add it on. This, it doesn't matter which way. I do need to close the top. And we're going to make sure that that is closed all the way. I keep trying to turn it around and it's like, nope, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Of course, my hands are not cooperating with me, but that's okay. There. Now let's go ahead and add that big one to the component. Put that on. Put this through both of those loops. Close it. Now I know I had a hold of you good, or I thought I did. There we go. Now let's get our cording through there. I am going to cut this cord so I have a fresh edge. I'm going to kind of let my wire fall down, and I'm going to turn my cord as I put it through there. And it's coming out the other side. I want a good size loop, so I want to cut plenty off because I'm going to make a bow. And we'll get rid of the rest. So let's get this up here. And the first thing I want to do is I'm going to make a knot down at the top. So I'm going to do a sergeant or double knot right here. And then I am going to make another one. Over top of it. Now up here I'm going to make a double knot, and then I will make a bow right about here. And then I'm going to make 2 rabbit ears. And I probably cut it way too short to do this, but it'll be okay. Get a hold of my other little loop. Pull it from this end. Tighten it from this end. Give them both a tug. So have a little bit of a bow at the top. And this is how it's going to hang. I'm going to lay this down so you can see it. Get all my stuff out of the way. Hold on. So, okay, I know I went from let's make this necklace to let's make a Christmas ornament. I really like this ornament. It's long, it's beautiful. You could even hang it. I don't know if I'd really want to hang it from my rear view mirror. I'd be afraid it would smack the windshield, knowing my luck, and something would break. But it is very, very pretty, very red, very festive. And I think it would look nice hanging also in your window. And, you know, that big crystal ball right there would look just absolutely stunning. Thank you for hanging out with me. Let me know what you think of this. And you could, of course, just use wire in there and wire wrap down around and fasten to it without adding the beads there. But I really like how this looked when I got finished with it. I'm going to lay it out here so that the beads hang where they should. So you can see kind of the outcome. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'll talk to all of you guys down in the comments below. Bye, everybody.